story told, watch it all unfold. I'm like, whoa, reaping what I sow. Harvest getting bigger, they all froze. I released my soul, now they taking pictures. Eyes on the prize, it's my last order. 5:45, got the lights on us. Fries to the side of an ice cola. You know that ride till the tires fall off. She know I'm a D, I got a date with destiny. She coming to me, cause I got the flavors and recipe. She pressing to me like an athlete. She two with the G's, then she know it.
We're in a city built on 7 hills, and the fans hoping to see 7 points on the board early. We're at Cincinnati's Paycor Stadium. Jake Moody now ready to get this one started. And we're off and running at Paycor Stadium. His return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
11. Dot.
Right to the air, Burrow. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short on the 35.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
I'm one, right?
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Let's get set. 11 mighty. Dot.
Burrow out of the shotgun. The catch is made by the rookie from Notre Dame. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48.
Gun. Dot. 11 mighty. 11. 12. Dot.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. That throw finds Jamar Chase. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Dot.
To throw again, it's Burrow. He completes it in traffic. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Here we go. Dot.
Short pass caught by his tight end. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
Here we go, here we go. Back.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's swallowed up in the middle, no gain on the run. Tackle made by Juwan Bentley. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. 11, Thomas. Back.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about willpower. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run.
11.
Great try at that first down.
Back.
3rd and short, it's Burrow. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. So it's going to be 4th and short.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
Let's get set. Back.
Oh, quick throw here, left side. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find...
Pressure off left, and it's blocked! The Jets have it!
Well, that's going to take away a touch of that early momentum they built with the opening drive touchdown. And just as importantly here, blocking that extra point should give the offense a little boost as they come out for their first possession, looking to match touchdown for touchdown.
After seeing his point after blocked, he's got to stay out there and kick it off. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They bring Wilson in motion right. Look at this. The wideout gets it to start this drive. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Can I have a moment, Kate? Just a moment to marvel at how well they reacted to that play on defense. They were all over it from the start, getting behind the line to blow up a play that how many times do we see as highlight reel touchdowns going the other way?
Here's Breece Hall on the ground for the first time. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. They get those 2 yards back, but now it leaves them with 3rd and 10. Throwing now from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
It's a 54-yard punt that time, and it'll be Bengals football.
Gun.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Gun.
First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Hits his running back. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. That's Odafe Owe with a stump.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Here we go. Shot.
Throwing out to the left. Cup. He's contained at the line for no gain. DJ Reed brings him down that time.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them. And the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Shot.
On 3rd down, here's Burrow. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And the punt team downs this one just inside.
At their own 38-yard line.
Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. Davis, the motion man right. They'll start this one out with Hall. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Azeez Ojulari getting there for the tackle. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's Hall once more. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
The Bengals obviously thinking pass here on 3rd down. They're going to counter with a dime look. He's going to throw this one to the left side and reeled in by Wilson. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
They'll run for it with Hall. Escapes a defender. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. It's an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble there on 4th down, and they move those chains.
Come on now. Was there any doubt who they were going to go to right there? That was always going to be a run play. No problem converting on 4th.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Now here's Keaton Mitchell with the run. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Aziz Ojulari getting there for the tackle. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They just get the play off. And that is how our first quarter will end as that pass falls incomplete. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. Our score, 6-0. We're back to Paycor Stadium right after this. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Jets football. They have it on 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Mitchell. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They get an even 10 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
They've got first down from the 31. Completed out to the left on that quick throw. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Hall. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3. Second down now, 7 to go. They go right back to Hall. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
To the air, 3rd and long. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
They'll throw it on 1st and goal. And the defender comes away with it. Logan Wilson has it. And the Bengals will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, well, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
Fine, ready?
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. 1st down, Burrow to throw. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting a completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
On one, ready?
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Here we go. Here we go. 11, 11, 11, 11. Dot.
Throwing from near his own goal line. Burton there to bring it in. And they're able to drag him down as he reaches the 15-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10.
Here we go. 12, 12, 12. Dot.
Burrow from the gun. Finds Chase on the slant. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Hold on, hold on. We've got an injured player here. Let's hope this is nothing serious, because that is Joe Burrow who's being helped by the training staff. He loses the football. And this is scooped up by the Jets. And they stop him before he gets... Sir.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security's at a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Slot man motioned over. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That was simply a case of not enough time available to let that play develop. That throw was out so quick, and he wasn't able to reel it in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Looking for a throw here. That's complete to Wilson. And he's tackled for no gain.
Kate, I can feel by your body language on the call that you saw exactly what I saw. And that was a big uh-oh. It's one of the nice things of having a bird's eye view on these screens. You can see it coming at the field. In the field level, you get lost. But not up here. You knew that play was doomed from the start.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. They'll try and throw it here. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Mitchell gets it from the gun. And he's brought down after getting this to the 17 into the red zone. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he drives this down to the 8 before going out. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
May not be the way he typically gets the ball, Kate, but once he had it in his hands like a reception, he knew what to do with it. He smelled that 1st down, and he went and got it.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Let's go now.
Running right with Mitchell. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. Give him just 1 yard, I think, on the run. Still some work to do here on 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
8 yards to go as they get set on 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Set.
Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They manage 3 yards on the carry, which sets him up with 3rd and goal at the 5.
Where you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Looking to the air here. He has the New York touchdown. Well, good luck stopping the big fella that close to the goal line, Brock. I've always thought that the distance right there is just made for tight ends to score touchdowns.
Yeah, and it's not just the sport that you also love to cover in basketball. It's all about matchups. You get near the red zone and into the end zone, matchups become critical. And when you got a dude like this that's a mismatch maker, you feed him.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Let's get set.
They'll run here from the gun. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Gun. Dot.
Now Burrow. Cut along the left sideline, but he did not get both feet in. That's incomplete, brings up 3rd down. Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own.
On 1, ready?
New set of downs for him from the 46.
Here we go. 11 MT. Dot.
On 1st down, here's Burrow. He's got a man left. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
12. Here we go. 11, 11. 11, 11, 11, 11. 11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Burrow out of the shotgun. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it'll be second down.
That is a DB's best friend's pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Burrow throwing again on 2nd and 10. Here's a deep shot. He's got it inside the 10. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle to the line.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
He gets another shot here. And he's got them down to the doorstep inside the 5. It's 4 yards on 2nd and goal. Now they'll only need 3 on 3rd down.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive. Try to stick them with the loss and make a difficult 4th down decision.
And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals take the lead just before halftime. So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
McPherson at the point after. And this one, thankfully, not off the mark. He gets it to go. Well, good news here. This is one kick that can't be blocked as he sends this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
Last drive of the half isn't going to be long. 14 seconds remaining. Airing it out to start this drive. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Connect on 1st, it's 2nd down.
Let's go.
Looking to throw. That's caught, it's Breece Hall. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. Here comes the final play of our first half. He's back to throw. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll throw to begin this drive. Davis there to grab it. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
All right, here we go. Second down. They start the half with a give to Hall. He's going to snag a couple of yards charging up the gut. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. It's going to be a pickup of about 2. That leaves him with 3rd and 9. Now looking to throw. Catch made by Mitchell. Oh, he trucked that defender. And he goes out. Just needed one more step to reach midfield. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio. This guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
To throw it on first down. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock, but now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make him bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Another try following the sack. Finds him over the middle. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Back now, pressure on its way. Finds the in route complete. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that 3rd down in particular. You need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
4th and 3, drive on the line. Looking to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They stun the defense with a gain of 14 on 4th down and pick up the first.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure of the drive's right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Running out of the gun with Mitchell. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Offense to the line for second down.
Let's go now.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Has him on the quick hitter. This is ahead for about 5. Kobe Dean in on the tackle.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Pass play now. All in left side. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do it through the offseason, you do it through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs just as they did.
Fourth and 3, drive on the line. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Fourth and 3, drive on the line. They motion a receiver left. Hall running between the tackles. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
I don't know, Kate. I didn't think that back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the first down. Pops up right away and signals first down.
So the call stands even after the challenge, and now they're down to just 1 timeout. They put a receiver in motion right. They go play action on first. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Bengals will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense, and this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
They send the tight end in motion. First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Let's get set. Twelve, 11, Thomas. Dot.
Burrow from the gun. Wow, wide open here, complete. And he got this close to midfield before going out. They get 28 out of that play. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
On 2, ready? Gun. Dot.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, the 2-yard run on first down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule, but you're going to have to pick up the pace.
Here we go. Stop.
Quickly out to the right, complete. That play good for 17 and a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Ball at the 33 for first down.
Mighty. 11. Dot.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it sets up second down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Here we go, here we go. MT, Kate. 11, Dot.
From the gun, here's a handoff. And tough sledding for him. Only room to get it to the 30. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
I'm 1, ready? Here we go. Here we go. MT, 11 MT. Dot.
Burrow. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And they are unable to make this a 2-score game.
Well, there's certainly never, ever a guarantee from that distance, but that's one you'd expect to be in your kicker's range. You hate to have a drive come away with nothing, but that's exactly what happened.
Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. Mitchell takes it straight ahead. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Here's Mitchell again. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Third and a lone yard coming up. Now he'll throw off the play fake. This finds Mitchell, complete. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works. They come up just an inch or 2 short for the 1st down.
Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. Wilson, the receiver, in motion left. Mitchell up the middle. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. And they get to him just in time. That's a tackle for the stand and a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, it's almost like the defense was in the offensive huddle before the play. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off that run. And the reward is they get off the field.
New set of downs for him from the 46.
11 MT. 12, 12, 12. Dot.
On 1st down, here's Burrow. Throw left side, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless 3rd quarter for us. The Bengals with it. They've got the lead, but this game is close. They'll come up 1st and 10.
Let's get set. Dot.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards. Second down now, 7 to go.
Gun. Got.
Another carry for him. Stuck to the ground, but nothing gained that time, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
Well, one defender failed. Well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
On 2.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
Here we go. 11. 11. Stop.
Burrow out of the shotgun. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down. Couldn't find Jamar Chase on that throw. And that'll bring up 4th down.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just...
Getting kind of dangerous. Feels like it's a load. My mind is turning like a cloud of dust. My heart always wants to run. Oh, if you want to cowboy on a white horse, riding out into the sunset.
Running through his mind all day, I'm tired. I'm the boss now, do higher. Hang the phone up, I'm so wired. Couldn't sleep, my floor's too high up. I got keys, that girl's on fire. Who's the boss? I got 5 on me, like what's the cost? I'm at 5 hotel in a suite, I'm lost in white. Get down sheets, I got stripes on my cheeks. Hermes fur on my feet, I'm a lead.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paycor Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
I'm one. Ready?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go. 11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Throwing on the first play from scrimmage. Here's Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. Brought down on the play by Deron Bland. The Bengals had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
11 Thomas.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. You talk about this Jets defense. They were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
11 MT Tate. 11 MT Tate.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jets will take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Clifton. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 2. first carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
There's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give to Hall up the middle. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Back to throw. Clifton. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. The last series form a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down. This defense for the Jets, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Now Burrow. He'll find his man. That's the rookie from Notre Dame.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
This is Thomas. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beef eaters on the interior of this D-line, You just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Jones on the return. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup there, especially when it comes on the heels of a 3-and-out the first time you have the ball. They were determined to not have that happen again, and that's a nice throw for their first down of the game.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, complete. It's Hall. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over to the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On the counter, Mitchell. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. You talk about this Bengals defense, and they're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
And being able to set the tone early in this game, because when you get down to it, it's that sign that we saw in their football facility when we visited with them. The one that said no explosives, no big plays, no chunk plays. That's what they've got to take care of.
Sheds off the tackle, and he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Clifton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cochran. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
Going for it, it's Mitchell. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
We're scoreless after 1. The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter. As they come up now, 2nd and goal. Mitchell. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. Mitchell again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Jets post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go, here we go.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Evan McPherson for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. From the gun, a give to Mitchell. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Clifton. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Ethan Evans on now to punt. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go, here we go.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Here we go. Here we go. 11, Thomas.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
11, 11, 11. 12, 12, 12. Dot.
Burrow looking to pass. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. 11 Thomas. Dot.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Gun. Dot. Dot.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
On one, ready?
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Dot.
Up the middle they go. Meredith to the 36-yard line. Stop there.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
11.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
Dot.
Now it's Burrow. Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Jets will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now a play fake here on first down. And quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
Let's go now.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Second and 5. They run over center with Mitchell. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals 34. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Off the bootleg, Clifton. Throw left side complete. That's Mitchell. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They dialed up the blitz on third down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Looking to throw. Clifton. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. Back to throw. Clifton. That one taken in by Corley. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun. Clifton. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. There he goes, right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for Bengals TV. They were in the dime. They had 6 defensive backs there. So go ahead and throw it. He threw it, and it hurt him.
It's almost thrown into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have are the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. Ended up throwing a pick six.
Yeah, 6 defenders and 6 points. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that makes the score 14-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go here before intermission. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, another ball up for grabs here, and this one is intercepted. And the Bengals are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Ready?
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
11, 11, 11. 11, MT, take. 11, MT, Don.
They run with Thomas. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Burrow will throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
11, 11.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Here we go. Here we go.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Here we go.
Now a handoff up the middle. Meredith. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff and the first drive of the Will commence from the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Second down and a yard. Slot man moves right. Right back to Mitchell on second down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
Well, part of their struggles in the first half was their inability to convert consistently on 3rd down. But how about this well-designed play? Gave himself plenty of options and able to get the hook up and keep the drive going.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Half jumbo, half jumbo.
Now Jones. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cochran. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 5.
Okay, here we go.
Throwing, Jones. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
11 mighty, 11 mighty.
Here's Burrow. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Here we go.
Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Thomas. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
11, 11, 11. 12, 12, 12. 11, Thomas. That.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Burton. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 34-yard line. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Here we go.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Meredith. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
What I continually hear from running backs and offensive linemen is how often they're actually getting together to watch film so they can get in sync with each other, understand blocking patterns better, how a running back likes to cut, what he wants to do. And, boy, it all came together on that one.
That's one where they watch and say, hey, we did everything we were supposed to do right there.
That looked like the play we drew up and designed. And then we got to see it unfold in real time.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
11, MT, tape. 11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11. Dot.
Now it's Burrow. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Let's get set. 12, 12, 12. 11, MT, tape. 11, MT, tape. Dot.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts.
Gun, gun. Dot. Dot.
Here we go on 4th down. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Second down and 3 with right around 3 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. 3's all around. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not,
here we go.
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
11, 11. Dot.
The quick throw by Burrow is complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 2. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a jet first down. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
Back to throw now on first down. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. To try again after the sack. Jones, throw left side complete. That's Cochran. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hall. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down.
First down, New York.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Here we go.
Operating from the gun, Jones. Open man here is Conklin. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was...
Touchdown! A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Moody good with the extra point. And the lead down to 10, 24-14.
Jets 14. Jake Moody to kick off.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go, here we go.
Well, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just...
And all the way in for the Cincinnati score. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make this a three-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Jones throwing to start the drive. Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit. A three-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Go, North Copper! Go, North Copper! Here we go. Biggie!
Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He finds his man complete. It's Cochran. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make it 2nd down.
North salad!
Operating from the gun, Jones. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Jones. Down inside the 10. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great play there. 35 yards. And the Jets get a bit closer. Moody good with the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
On 2, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. Dot.
On first down, Meredith. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. The LSU connection. Burrow to Chase for the Cincinnati first. Now Thomas. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal first. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the 4th quarter.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got him this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
11 MT, 11 MT.
And Burrow going to throw again.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Up the middle they go. Meredith, no gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So they went a little cautious there on 3rd and long.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Remember, they're playing with a lead right now. So getting a first down, yes, that would be great. But even more importantly, take care of the football. No turnovers, no big plays for the other team, and keep the clock moving.
And this is going to be no good. He missed it off to the left, and the lead will hold at 10. Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Penalties not what they needed here. 1st and 15. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Operating from the gun, Jones. It's caught. Mitchell. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Now Jones. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cochran. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
A 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly a must. It's 1st and 10.
Detroit Johnson.
Here's Jones. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Now 1st and goal. Jones. And he's got it.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
2nd and goal from the 1. Jones. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Now a give right side. Meredith. And he will have the Bengals first down. And it's celebration time on that sideline. And they've earned it.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation.
Here we go.
Burrow down to a knee, and that should be the final act of this one. Good bounce-back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realized there's a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
A couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different, but ultimately time runs out in the comeback, so it falls short, and they hold on to win this by just 1 possession.
Not the fourth quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.
So for the Bengals, they make amends for their week